So today I'll be teaching you about the socket. What is a socket? So simply let's first Google this or see. But I think I'll be reaching on the simple socket. Yeah, I just use TCP sockets.
All right.
Bro, vanamiza headphone zifite hu nyinshi. So muno numva byakemutse. So as I said, today going to focus on sockets, but I used the word TCP to get the real answer because this TCP socket is like a door. Let me call it like a door that let two computers talk. It's like a tunnel. It opens a tunnel between two computers so that they can talk through that tunnel. And like the one computer can send a message, other receive and other reply inside that socket. Or for example, I can give you, let's see if here we can find some images. This is how it works. Real life example I can give you is like these chatting programs. They are using sockets. Let me open this book for which is going to help us to explain more about sockets. Let's see, library of the web. Occupy the web. Are you still there? Occupy the web. So TCP scanner Python. I think it's around somewhere here. Kernel modules. I think Python is the last one. Yep, we're going to be focusing on this Python scripting for hackers. Yeah, scripting skills are crucial for hackers. It helps you to simply you use it when you are creating your own tools, automating stuff like scanners. We did it in our past sessions about the bash scripting. So here we'll be going to focus on the socket. Let me jump straight to the socket. Yeah, now I can listen to you.
Okay.
Yeah, now I can jump straight to the sockets. I think in part one we covered all of those introduction to the Python, and let's see how we can do network communication in Python. So we are going to see how we can build a TCP client and TCP server. We are going to create a network connection in socket in Python using this socket module. And in the previous session, we've seen how to deal with modules, how to import them, doing what and what. So we are going to see how we are going to use this socket. The first thing we are going to do is to call your interpreter. See, you are calling Python binaries, and then you import sockets. And
is that a bash script?
No, it's not bash script. You know what? In bash script, here you call the bash interpreter.
Okay.
But here we are calling Python.
I call shebang.
Even if I mean, what this line is going to help us is that we will be able to to deal with this Python as simply executing it,
Yeah.
because the interpreter is already inside our code. Even if you
Yeah. Go.
cannot need it, because I've been using the PyCharm, let me open the PyCharm more. Because I'll be using PyCharm, you see that I'm not going to use this line of code. Let me wait for that boy to. Is it open? I don't know why it's taking much time. This is not my PC. It doesn't die. Unless it's dying, because this is not even using. So that's it's now ready, but too late. Close. So I gave you the let's see how it works. We are going to create this socket. This was our previous. Let me delete those files. Delete also this one. I'll be back. They'll be deleted. So here, what you are going to create, it's a simple socket program which is going to get connected to like this PC, and it displays the answer from this PC, because this PC is running TCP, right? And you are going to
TCP ubwo running 2020 22.
No. I mean, what I want to say is that this is the PC you want to connect to, and want to connect on this port.
Okay. Yeah, go.
And this PC is running on TCP protocol.
Okay.
And we are going to receive some content from there. This simple program, it's like hacker use this technique known as the banner grabbing, and we have seen in our CH module what is a banner grabbing. What is a banner grabbing? Hello there. I'm asking what is a banner grabbing?
Banner grabbing.
Yeah.
Sorry for cheating. Gusa banner grabbing ni process yo collecting information about the target system or a service by examining the header that it sends back when a connection is initiated.
Yeah.
Ubwo ni through handshakes. Happy.
Yeah, icyo ino program igiye kudufasha ni urumva nitwe establishing ino connection. Urabona hano they are attempting to connect kuri SSH. We are going to receive data. We are going to see like what is the operating system there. It's just a banner, the name.
Like
banner grabbing is like to see like the service running on that port, even if get them what is the operating system. Yeah. So let's do this quick.
Yeah.
So and be back in my PyCharm. So and let me create a new file. Can I call it like sockets? Let me call it sockets. Hi.
Mm.
So, and one thing I have to make sure is that I have this module installed.
Okay. Yeah.
The sockets,
Okay.
but better use English, bro.
All right.
So, you see here, you have to make sure we have this socket module installed.
Mm.
But one thing you have to see here, we have the folder called .env environment.
Yeah.
This is managed environment, means that all modules we are going to install, they are going to stay here, not globally. They are going to be installed inside this Python project folder only,
Mm.
and that's why you'll be able to access them unless you exit the environment and you install them globally. But here, the way we install those modules, we use pip install sockets.
Mm.
Sockets. Wait for it to be installed. Yeah, you see it was already there, but if you don't have it, you install it in that way. So it's there. What's next is to import it. Import sockets.
Mm.
I mean it's socket. After import the socket, what we are going to do,
Mm.
we are going to create like a TCP socket. The way I'm going
Mm.
to create it, you are going to create like a variable, we call it like connection. Connection will be equal to this socket dot, you see it will give me many operation tab, and then I will call the socket, and after I can now use this connection to get connected to any piece I want to establish connection. See, I can connect here. On connect, you have to specify like the
IP
IP
address.
address. Yeah, I need Kali. Let me go to my machine. So let's see if we can connect to it. But I hope I still remember its IP address. No problem.
It is static.
192.196. No, doesn't change. .178. Here I have to put the port. Let's say you want to connect to SSH, but here I made the error. That's why you see I have to put it into this stuff. 192.168. .43.178. Nowadays I don't know why my PC is kind of slow like this. This is not the video. So now establish the connection here.
Yes.
We connected to there. And other thing we want to see is we have to declare a variable where we are going to receive if we reach out to the server and say hello, we want to catch the reply from that server we want to connect to. Let me call
To
it
catch
the response from the server, because here we establish the connection. And we want to capture like the reply from the server. Let me declare a variable, I call it reply, and then I do connection dot receive and I put this, they call it like the data I want to receive like in bytes. I hope this is 1 kilobyte.
Yego.
Then
Izaba ari bytes.
yeah, this is bytes, they are in bytes.
Iyo ni kilobyte then.
Yeah, this is kilobytes. So, and after that I print what? Let me just print like that. So, and now let's check our calling if it's even if running that SSH
Nese
running.
kwiconnecta ni muri ihe sense ni nka SSH or
Any port you want to connect to. Just here I picked SSH.
okay.
But terminal is open. So let me check if this service of SSH is running. Want to connect to service SSHD. Yeah, you see it's active and running. And let me check the IP address if I didn't misconfigure it. It's correct. Yeah, you see it's correct. Now we are ready to run it. We'll see if we'll be able to grab the banner. Yeah, see, we got open SSH, and you know that this operating system is kinda Linux Debian operating system. Simple as that, and now you have done your reconnaissance
ukoresheje Python
by simply using sockets. You see how funny it is using this socket.
yeah. I say wait like wasubira kuri code gato ndebe.
Man, I want you to use English because Emmanuel will be recommended to watch this video. I'm not going to turn back teaching this.
Oh, okay, sorry. Can you return to codes? I thought you stopped using recording. Recording.
Which code? This one.
How, like, doesn't SSH needs password and?
We are just verifying if it's there. Because
you didn't SSH.
No, even if I want to see if that service is there, because even if I do SSH and I put like I want to connect, let me connect to that IP address, I know it's going to bring me the root by default, because if you connect to any system by SSH, if they haven't disabled it,
all right,
it returns the root account. We do yes. Yeah, I don't know why they told me like search B. I don't know. You see? Yes, but here we just connected to this PC.
Yep.
To connect, you doesn't have to be authenticated. Authentication comes later.
All right.
Simple as that. So now I think we can advance this by just simply IP. Oh, I forgot to show you something in Python. So, but I hope you are going to see it right now. If you want to capture the user's input, you just simply do input and enter your IP. Enter the IP. Simple as that. And we put like the port, and we do like code to input.
Port. Enter the ports.
You mean enter the port. Simple as this, and here I will be calling my variable. I will call IP, and after I call port, enter the IP. You see, 192.168.43.178. Even if let me pick another one, I have two IP address there. Let me put like let's try to attempt to connect to the port 80.
Port 80.
Yeah, let me check if my let me check the Apache status. Apache 2. Let me start it.
All right.
Password. What is my password? Yeah, see, it's failed. Maybe it's colliding with NGX. Let me disable NGX. Something may be running on port 80.
Yeah, maybe. Do you have like NGI next?
Let me stop it. I know it's going to work. There's one running there.
Start Apache.
But even if we don't use Apache, we use NGX because it's a web server running. Let me just leave NGX there. But let me use Apache because my NGX is secure. It's have port 443. It's listening on port 443. It's have HTTPS and that.
Yeah.
Let me use.
You have to first stop NG, and then start Apache.
Okay, service.
Apache.
Service. Apache 2 start. Okay. Hope now it's started. Let me come inside my browser. I verify it's running. Yeah, it's there. It's there running. Let me attempt to connect to port 80.
All right.
Yep, the port.
It is port by P, capital P.
Capital P.
Yeah.
I'm coming.
It's okay.
So I'm back. So let me rerun it. Stop and rerun. So I put my IP address there. No. Here, and let me rerun it. Stop and rerun. Enter the IP
192.43.101.
Yeah, and we're attempting to connect to port 80 to see if we can grab. Oh.
Is it because you don't have a space between that thing by enter the port? Like,
which one?
Look at declaration of the port. Input enter port.
Here.
Maybe you should put.
I think so.
I don't know.
I don't think so, bro. So let's check because error is rising from here. Input IP.
IP is okay, port is okay. I don't know the problem.
192.168.180.
Still. Right.
Like
string object cannot be interpreted as an integer.
Yeah, okay. this.
We,
Let's
yeah, I did.
stringify it. Let me string.
I you string both IP and the port.
No, port. I don't. You don't have to stringify it. 192.168.43.101 and port 80. I think that's going to run.
String object cannot be interpreted as an integer. What?
Let me do. Seems like on these inputs. Let me remove this kind of inputs, and we do normally. Let's put the IP there. See, I know this is going to work. Perfect. And the port is what?
80.
But it have to be number.
Alright.
Run this. No error. Yeah, it's running. See, now it's running.
And where is the banner?
Nah, it's. Let me hope now is attempting to connect, but I don't know why we are not having of any kind of service running there, like Apache, things like that. See, it's running like endlessly. You have to wait much time. I don't know why. So
is it because are we learning Apache or NGINX? Apache.
Apache running there. So if I do SSH, it will be like drinking water.
Exactly.
Where is it? Where is it?
Stop and relearn.
Yeah, it will be like drinking cup of. So we are done with banner grabbing. Let's see the next topic. Creating a TCP listener. Here we are going to create like a server. We are going to create a server and a client so that like those two pieces they can talk.
Okay.
Are you understanding the concept?
Yeah, I can. I do.
Yeah, as you can see, we are going to import and we TCP IP, and then here we do socket and we put the protocol we want to use. If you put like socket stream, means that you want to use TCP protocol, even if you can use UDP, because you want to maintain like the connection between server and client doing those handshakes. We'll be using this sock stream. And after we do bind, this bind, you see we are going to pass the where server will be listening on and the port.
Yeah.
And then
that bind is the DNS thing or what?
this bind is where it's the address or the interface where our server will be listening on.
All right.
It's server. So and this s dot listen one, if you pass number here, this number means like the connection the server might be supporting. If I put two, it can connect two pieces. If it's one, only single one connection. And then we accept after we break. Let's see all of these. So I hope let's implement it. Be back inside my PyCharm, delete all, import, start with importing our module, import socket.
All right.
Socket is imported. Let's create a variable, we call it like a server. Server be equal to like call again socket socket dot what socket. Please call that, and after we call it, we have to create like where our server will be listening on, right?
Yeah, right.
We do like server. This variable we created causes the one include this. Can I call it the? I don't know. Then server dot I think dot bind, and then
All
inside
right.
this bind, let me pass like the address. Let me put it on all interfaces.
All right.
Even if you put this address of 00 means that all interfaces, even if the local host will be
Mm.
serving our server, and you put like the let me put 44. This 44 will be like the port, and I think here we need another bracket. Yeah, like this. And after we set up, we do like server,
Mm.
and server have to of course listen, and
Yeah.
let's give it like only one connection to support. And then after we can print like the server is running. Yeah. So after we created the server, let's run this fast. See, yeah, you see now this server is running, right?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
and here, because we want to establish like the connection between two computers so that they can talk,
Okay.
this server have to be having the part of client to accept the connection, and so that it can send replies. So
Yeah.
we do like the client socket. Client, let me call it the client only, and then the client address, the person who will be connected to our server. The client, let me do address will be equal to, and then our server, we call our server back up there, and this server have to accept the connection.
Yeah.
Then after, it's going to print you are connected to this client address, the other computer. Then we print what? Print like
You.
you are talking to, and then we put like you are talking to like the client address, this one.
Yes.
So can we do string 5?
String.
No, let me just add it the way it is.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Control C, like this.
Mm-hmm.
And also after the client is connected, also the server we received some message from that part.
Yeah.
I hope you're understanding the logic.
I get it.
So we are going to create another variable. We call it like message, but this message, it will be received. So we do
Okay.
like message will be equal to this client, dot what dot receive, and then we pass those stuffs of the buffer size. And after we print, like the client says, print um, can you call it the client? Let's call like PC
PC1.
PC1. Yeah, PC1 says, and then it adds the message.
Mm.
Simple as that. And other thing is what and after this PC received the message, it's going to reply, right?
Yes.
It's going to do like client or client, or I mean client dot send, send. It's going to send the message, hello, this is server, this is server, and then we have to do what? We have to encode this message.
Yeah.
Yeah, see now error is gone. I think also somewhere around here we have code this message.
Yeah.
Because this one also will be sent with encoded, we have to decode it.
Okay.
Yeah, you see now this error is gone. Yep.
All right.
What's next? It's to close sockets. After we do all, we close. First, we close the client. That close. And after we close the server, right? Oh, yeah. You see now we created the server. It's running.
Yeah.
But it's not going to send anything. Means that here, let me rename this to server.
Mm.
And then I create other one. I call it
Client. Yeah.
And client.
Bro, there is a typo. Oh hell no.
Eh,
But it's okay.
Yeah, let's leave it like that. I hope you understand the concept.
I understand.
We import the socket. After importing the socket, we have to put the IP address of the server, where the server is running. But better, because it's running on all stuffs, I mean all interfaces, let's put the local host.
Yeah. One.
And the port server, like server port equals to which port I'm using here. It's 444. 4444. And here let me make it clear, server IP, and then we create another variable, we call it like a client. No, let me call it like connection, because if I call it client,
Yeah,
let me call it connection. And this connection we call the socket again, socket and this connection have to connect.
Yeah.
And it connects to server what? Server IP and server port. Then after this person is connected, you send some message, connection.send, like hello, I am client
PC1.
client PC2
PC. Oh yeah. PC2. Okay.
dot this message have to be encoded. And also we have to get reply from server after we send this, we get connection. You understand? After I connect,
Yeah.
we send this. We're imagining to get a reply from server.
Yeah.
Call it a reply. Call it this connection. In connect, connection have to receive. Receive. I call it server. Server says. Server says. Server replies.
Server. Yeah, now we can. It's
Server,
we are client.
server
Okay.
reply and
We are alive. I am alive. Django, I'm walking.
no man, it's not going to do like this. No.
What?
Here we have to put a buffer size and then with the code. I see you are not following. I see you are not following. And after we print the reply. You see, the reply you are already putting the reply.
All right.
And the server, this stuff is not the one we were doing. It's kind of server, then to reply. Then you can say like this as
But
okay.
okay.
Then let's close our connection after we get that connection. It's time of the truth. It's a moment of truth. Let's see what's going to happen. First, I will run my server.
Only one usage of each socket address.
Means that
Autoconnect.
something is running, right?
Maybe.
Yeah, it was already running. Yeah, you see it's running. So let me run the client.
Yep. An existing connection was.
Wait. Oh,
First break.
It's losing the connection
because the target machine actively refused.
This one is refusing. Yeah, you see, it was attempting to connect, and this server crashed.
Concatenate string, not a tuple to a string.
Oh, let me see something we made. We have to say the tuple. We have to use the tuple, not concatenating the string. Thank you for reading.
All right.
Okay. let me hope it's only this place, and also on client will have to resolve this error. I think I made it.
All right.
Other places where, yeah.
I think that's all.
Great, run back the server. It's running the client. Let me hope it's going to work. Yeah, it worked, man. Boom fire. Yeah, you see now yeah, you are
Hello,
talking to, this is it returns the IP address of the
and the
client
port.
and the port, and
Yeah,
it receives like
says
the
hello. I
PC.
am client. Aiko, you see, you typed PC2. Why is PC1? And
Yeah, this is the message from the client, the
mm,
primary running.
yeah,
So say if it's running, don't touch it, because
yeah.
the server was not running. Let's rerun it back.
Mm,
Let me run the client. I hope this is going to work. Server replies,
hello.
hello, this is the server.
Yeah,
This is this one.
I'm client. Yeah, PC1.
Yeah, simple as that, bro.
It's working.
So, and for you, you are going to create a chat. Yeah.
Chat between a client and server.
Yeah, in real time.
E?
Because between this server and client, there is a tunnel.
Yeah. Huh?
You are going to create actual real time, like these PCs, they can chat, and server replies, the client reply. This was an example. Yeah, we normally do this. You do easy and they complicated it.
I think I think there is this time I did uh an assignment like this, I guess.
In what?
Mm,
I never gave you this thing.
it was the Python file sharing.
So
Python file sharing. We didn't use sockets, but the client was connecting to the server and uploading and downloading things.
yeah, that's good. Now you're going to do the chat. Even if you use Flask, you understand?
All right.
Use
Yeah.
Flask, or you create the good web UI.
All right.
The good web UI, so that this user can talk to this. Even if you create some groups, like 3 PCs, they can chat.
All right.
Even if 1,000, yeah.
That can chat, and are the PCs chatting, or they chat what the user inputs, if I can say
No,
it like that.
yeah, you are the user of the PC. If I say PCs, they are chatting, means that there are people chatting.
Okay, people can chat. It's like creating a mini WhatsApp or
Yeah, I mean WhatsApp.
okay.
Yeah, that's it. So, and I hope now you're understanding